What's up, man? It's your boy D, aka Mr. Live at 5.
Hey, what's up? It's your boy Travis, aka T1.
What up? It's your girl DJ Baby Blue Diamond, and you tune into Well You Ask.
Well, you asked, my man.
Let's start off with how was your week? How did it go this week?
A new turn for me.
My week was pretty cool.
Yeah, week was alright. New turn in school. It was cool.
I
think that podcast on Wednesday shortened my week.
You think so?
You think it made it faster? Go by faster?
Yeah, mentally, because it felt like today. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, that makes sense.
It makes sense. For sure.
I think my week went by good, except for yesterday because it was only out for the kids, so we had them extra longer. So I was over it. I was waiting for them to go home and just like get that week in. Fake.
So y'all last day was Friday? Y'all last day was today, or what? It was
Friday was our last
Friday?
Day.
Okay.
So, do your kids have spring break next week? T1?
Yeah. Yeah,
my daughter. Any plans? Y'all have any plans for spring break? I know it's a little different since the pandemic. T1 says sleep.
I still gotta work. I still do field trips. So
they still taking field trips with the pandemic? I didn't know that.
Yeah, they doing like soccer and baseball and stuff like that. So
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I got that, and then I got the other little job I do when I drive to Corpus. I know how you say I'm always driving.
Yeah, you is always driving. Like
I do.
Hey, you know, if you ever have to take a trip as a podcast, D's driving. If we ever need a designated driver, D is the one. If we ever need to go somewhere long distance, you driving.
For sure.
I got y'all.
For sure.
Yeah, D, yeah.
But I'm letting you know, I am a bad person to travel with because I'm like first to fall asleep. I'm letting y'all know that now. I'm quick to fall asleep on a nice, easy ride. Give me a blanket, pillow. I'm good. I'm back. Knocked out. Don't ask me for no directions. I'm gone. I'm knocked out.
No, we Google mapping all the way.
Exactly. I'm not.
Unless I just know where to go.
Man, that's crazy. I don't know why when you say Google Maps, I thought about old school MapQuest. We had to look up the directions and print out the directions back in the day.
Ooh, dang.
Throwback, right?
I couldn't imagine doing that right now.
I know, that'd be so crazy. Trying to do that MapQuest, print out the directions, and if you can print them out in time, you rushing to leave the house trying to print out the...
Boy, MapQuest was stressful.
It was. It definitely was.
That was stressful.
I hated MapQuest.
Someone said I hate MapQuest. We do too. What up, Chris Iego? Man, shout out to the people who tune in right now. Chris Iego, Iris Williams. Thank you guys for tuning in to Well You Asked. And now we have a nice...
Iris is back.
Iris is back, T1. She came back for you. That's that love-hate relationship.
Hey, if y'all don't know, all the viewers that, whether y'all newly tuned in, this is your first podcast. If y'all really want to know why my reaction was just how it was just now, go back and look at last week's podcast and last week's episode, and it'll let you know everything you need to know.
She said, hey.
Man, we have a fun-filled show for you tonight. We're going to be talking about should classic movies get a remake. We're also going to be talking if we should bring a third person into the room. Is it good for the relationship or is it bad for the relationship? And, the question of the day, do you prefer virtual learning or in-school learning? We're going to talk about that. And since me and Dee, we work around kids, we can give y'all some insight about how it is either doing it virtual or in person. But man, these movies, I'm gonna start off with the Menace to Society movie. I know someone had asked the guy that played Kane. He's so fine. Man, he need to do another one. I could be jaded. I'll be jaded.
They did a part 2 to Menace to Society?
I don't know if they did a part 2. I know they wanted, but they didn't do it.
No,
That's
they did a parody off of that. They didn't do a sequel.
Oh, okay.
Someone Tynan Turner, that's his name. Thank you, Chris. And someone asked him if they're going to do another one. He said classic movies need to be left alone because sometimes they get messed up when you remake them.
They
It's
do.
true because I'm not going to lie. I like Barbershop, but Barbershop 2 and 3 just didn't do it for me. I felt like it was.
It was
I was like,
alright.
okay, we get it. And then
Barbershop 2 was good. 3 was,
yeah,
I feel
the
like,
second
was
one,
going too
the
much.
second one, that's the one when his son got in trouble, right?
The third one.
That's the third one.
The
Yeah.
third one is with Queen Latifah, them, right?
Nah, the second one was with Queen Latifah.
Okay,
the
yeah,
second one,
that one was funny. That one was funny.
that was funny, but
That's when
I
he
don't know.
said,
After the
Rosa
third and
Parks ain't
fourth,
do
one, I was
nothing
just
but
like,
sit up
okay.
and
Then I was like, okay, nah, I wasn't feeling it too much, but I don't know. Then they just did Coming to America. I haven't seen it yet. Have y'all seen it?
I
Yeah.
seen it.
Yeah.
Give your thoughts. What are your thoughts? Tell us. Be real. Be real.
It was cool. It was cool. It was nice to see. It was nice to see everybody that was in it. It wasn't as funny as the first one, though. You know, I think the first one was it was more the jokes and stuff was all unexpected.
Yeah.
So now it seemed like the second one, it was all of a setup, like a setup
I had
joke.
a feeling that I wasn't gonna like the second one when they started announcing the people in it. I was like, okay, they adding everybody and their mama to the cast.
Yeah,
That's
it was
when I was
it
like,
was a lot of people. I mean, Michael
yeah, that's
Blackson was
when
in
I
there.
was. Yeah.
He's just naturally funny, so his little part was funny.
I feel like it would have
But
been dope if they would have kept the same original cast and maybe add maybe one or two new people. But because
Well,
they
I
had
feel
so
like
many
that's
new
what they did.
people,
I feel like that's what they did, like to a point. Like so they even brought back Louis Anderson, the white dude that worked at McDowell's in the States.
right,
yeah,
They
right.
brought him back. The only person I think from the original cast that wasn't there was, of course, the dude that Lisa ended up breaking up with.
the one with the soul
Eric
glow,
LaSalle, his character.
the one with the soul glow.
Yeah, Soul Glow wasn't in there, and then Hakeem's mom wasn't in there. And come to find, and I had read a post earlier today because me and my wife was sitting there like, man, where's the mom at? And but if you watch the movie and you see how James Earl Jones's character ended up playing out in the movie,
Right.
We just assume that's how it went before,
right,
up to that point. But the reason she's not in that movie because that woman passed away in '95 from battle from leukemia.
Okay.
Okay.
And I had no idea that she had that, like her resume was that extensive.
So they kind of didn't have to write her off. It was more within them telling the story within would let you know that she passed away, so they wouldn't have to like act it out or anything.
Yeah,
Exactly.
that makes sense.
Even with James Earl Jones, like even that little part was different.
It was
like
different.
we was just talking about the funeral, the video for the funeral, and then
I didn't.
Don't tell me no shenanigans.
They was turned.
That was crazy.
It was turned up.
Did they use the money that they made to pay their tithes? No, I'm joking.
Oh,
yeah, but like Blue, when you see it, that scene like where James Earl Jones's character, it's gonna make you scratch your head a little bit, but at the same time, it raised a question, as if between me and my wife, we were like, is that in the breadth of calling or like saying like when you want to go or how you want it to be,
right?
Is that necessarily a bad thing? If we could just call it out like that and be like, all right, yeah, I'm gonna check on out now, and then it happened like that, like
that'll be kind of peaceful.
No, yeah, I feel like that's morbid as hell.
But then
that's true.
But you would want to see. You would want to see. I would be like, so I get to see all the people that's gonna literally perform at my funeral before I die. Because when you die, I don't think you're even looking for that. As far as like,
you can't look for none.
Yeah, your afterlife. So just let me see my performance now, and then I can go to sleep. Happy.
Yeah.
It was weird though. It still was weird.
Let's get into some of the comments right now.
He was like, "Hey son, I'm gonna go now.
I'm gonna And then when he and then how he did it, like
right
after that, it was weird.
It was weird.
But and like, to be honest with you, I really did like the movie. It didn't feel choppy. It didn't feel, to me, it didn't feel choppy.
Yeah.
It didn't feel like they were trying to do too much. It actually, to be honest, in my opinion, it built off of the original movie.
Yeah.
Because what was that? What, 30 some years ago that movie came out?
Yeah, almost.
What we were left with was what? They finally got married. They went off, happily ever after type of situation, right?
Yeah.
But with movies like that, sometimes we never really get the okay, well, I want
What
like
happened?
what happened now? Like
right.
What are they doing now? So it's actually pretty cool to see. Okay, hey, they are still in Zamunda. They done had kids. They done did X, Y, and Z, and it also it gives a little bit of a backstory too, between the two cities.
So did you? I seen a post one of my friends did. They said that the dude, his son, was trying. It almost like he was. They could have had Kevin Hart play that role because the dude was trying to almost kind of sound like him. I didn't get that though.
I didn't get that vibe at all.
And then see, I started watching it and I actually fell asleep on it because it was just late. And then I was on Facebook and I saw that, so I was like, well, okay, well then I guess I can see that when I get back, watching the movie. But I didn't get that vibe though.
I didn't get it either. And to be honest with you, how the hell who
Kevin Hart can't play that? He too damn old.
Exactly. Like, who gonna believe that Kevin Hart can pass playing Eddie Murphy's
40-something years old?
Yeah.
Like, that didn't make any sense. So whoever said that was stupid.
Let's get into some of the comments right now. Chris said that Soulja Boy wanted to remake Juice in 09 and that got squashed quickly. That's funny.
And what character? Who did he?
I know. What would he play? Tupac?
No.
Is he trying to be?
I don't
know.
No.
I know, right?
Soulja Boy going back and forth with WWE wrestlers right now.
Yeah, he's something else.
Chris also said, I think Eddie wanted to include as many people that he hadn't worked with, because with the way things are, you never know if you're going to be able to collab with someone.
Nah, for real. Like, with Wesley being in there, like, that was a big deal.
Right.
Like, if you look at it, man, like, Eddie Murphy and Wesley Snipes, they represent the 90s or the early 90s. Because they were both at the top of their game when it came to movies back then. So to see those two kings, I'll call them that, are they, of their genre, of their profession, man, like it was a good look to see.
Yeah.
Chris said, he wanted to play Bishop. Soulja Boy wanted to play Bishop.
Man, if DeAndre Wade don't sit his skinny ass down somewhere.
DeAndre Wade. That's funny. And Brittany Perry said he was Kevin Hart's, but just means he was overly animated. I haven't seen the movie yet. I'm gonna watch it soon, so I'll let y'all know my thoughts on it when I do watch it.
I can see the over animated. I wouldn't say Kevin Hart though.
Nah.
What about the new Space Jam movie coming out?
Space Jam?
Have y'all seen that? Space Jam movie coming out. I don't know if you I wish I could show y'all.
Space Jam?
Yeah, Space Jam too.
Oh, with LeBron, right?
Yeah.
Yes, with LeBron.
I haven't seen that. They got a trailer?
I don't know if I've seen that, but recently they remade Lola Bunny.
Yeah.
They said that he was too sexy.
Pissed about that.
They said that she was too sexy, and they wanted her to be.
Put me on train. Outside look old, but it's okay.
Well, speaking of funerals.
Speaking of funerals, right? I wanted to show y'all the picture of Lola Bunny, but they remade her to make her look more like less sexy and more like strong and stuff. But a lot of people were saying that she looks stronger in her original form than she does now.
Yeah. Like, they gave Lola
like a butch.
Yeah,
they
like
gave her a butch.
They gave her compression shorts under her uniform. The uniform extra baggy as hell.
They did.
I haven't seen it. Is it a trailer?
No, it's just a picture.
It's a
Oh,
picture.
okay.
I'm gonna send it to the. I'm gonna try to send it to the group chat so you see it. But yeah, it's a picture,
Okay.
and yeah, it's just craziness.
Hey, speaking of like movies, sequels. So who y'all think had the best run as far as sequels go? Like I would think the Bad Boy sequels is up there.
Yes, they are. I like that, but I didn't like when they made it into an actual series on TV with they didn't call it Bad Boys. They called it something else. It was with Gabrielle Union and some white actress. I can't think of her name.
Jessica Alba.
Yeah, I think it was Jessica Alba. You're right.
Huh.
They didn't call
I
it
didn't
Bad
even know
Boys. They
that.
called it something else. But
Yeah, it was like LA's
Oh.
Finest or something like that.
Oh, come on. They
yeah.
didn't have to do nah, I don't
It
like
didn't
that one.
last long. The series didn't last long because I don't know if it's still going on. It didn't
Nah,
last.
it lasted one season. They was done
Yeah.
after that.
I'm
Chris
talking
said
I'm
that.
I'm looking at the picture you said.
Yeah,
I don't like that. I don't like the
yeah. I don't like it either.
That's
A lot of
trash.
people saying she looks stronger when she was dressed sexy when she is now. So I agree with them.
Right, and
Chris
we
said,
know how Bugs Bunny feel. Like,
I
come on, man.
I know he was man. But what are your thoughts on before I get into that? Chris said basically SB wanted to remake Juice in Atlanta, but it wouldn't been like the Superfly remake, completely effing soulless. That was another thing. How did y'all feel about the Superfly remake?
uh, I haven't seen it.
Oh, I know.
You're not really missing much.
Yeah,
No,
you're not. It's not worth it.
You're
Yeah,
not missing much.
is it called Superfly?
it is.
Yeah.
It's with
Uh,
what's his name? It's that Disney Channel star.
I might have seen it, but I just don't.
Oh
And
yeah, he on Grownish, ain't he?
yeah, he's on Grownish now. I can't
Yeah.
think of his name, and he sings.
Oh,
The dude, like him and
whoa, hold on.
him, the
That's a
dude that
good one.
played Easy E in the NWA biopic.
Oh, okay,
Yeah,
that's a good one. The
Trevor
007.
Jackson. That's his name, and Jason Mitchell. Jason Mitchell is also on The Shy, but he got kicked out The Shy for some being reckless. Chris said that Daniel Craig's 007 film. Yeah, there's too many 007.
But like Chris, how do you narrow it? How you just gonna narrow that down to just Daniel Craig's when
Right, it's different
007
ones.
goes back to Sean Connery?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
see, that's like if you gonna say sequels, like or series or whatever, you gotta go through you gotta include the entire lineage. You can't start at Pierce Bronson and you can't start at Daniel Craig.
What
It gotta
what
go from Sean Connery all the way through.
would Jurassic Park be included in there?
Man, fuck Jurassic Park.
No, they killed Jurassic Park though. I guess because the
I
animation
still
gets better each time.
my favorite one is still it's
The
still
one
the
with the
first
kids
one.
in the kitchen.
It's still the first one. That's my favorite one still. But I like I think it's the second one with the or the third one with the Raptors, with old dude with the Raptors. I think it's the third one.
I like all the Jurassic Park movies. I feel like they kill it. Um, I don't know about the 007 films. What about the Joker films and all these superhero movies? The Batmans,
The
the
Joker,
Final Fours.
I like
That
the Joker with the dude that passed away.
Heath Ledger.
oh
Yeah,
yeah,
that one
That was the best
yeah,
one.
that was the
that
best
was the
one.
best one. I
This one was creepy.
and
It was this
See,
last
and
I didn't see the one with
not the
Joaquin.
last one.
yeah,
The
see
one that
now?
played with Harley Quinn and them.
Yeah,
With
that one. I mean, it's
Harley
good.
Quinn
It's
and
a good movie,
Will
but
Smith. I can't think of the name of it.
it's a good movie, but
That Joker was good.
I
Now,
think
what
the
about
other one was better.
yeah, that Final Four that they remade with Michael B. Jordan, even though I like him as an actor, they suck. That sucked.
Fantastic Four?
Fantastic Four. I said Final Four. Yeah, Fantastic Four. That sucked. I did say Final. That
My
sucked.
favorite I like Silver Surfer. That's because I
Yeah.
like Silver Surfer. But I can't find that movie nowhere. Like not even bootleg.
Now, if there is a movie you would like to, would it be that you feel
A
like they would do a good job at it,
as a sequel,
or just like a remake,
a remake,
like The Wire? All the kids that were little, I want them grown up. I feel like that'd be dope.
Yeah.
You know, now they'll take over the.
I think it would have to
But
be
some
something like that. It would be hard to do a remake with when they're adults and try to remake it while they're adults. I think it'd be better if the movie was like, say, Boys in the Hood. If it never showed them grow all the way up, that
yeah,
would be a
yeah,
dope,
I feel what you're saying.
a
Someone
dope
said
part
that
two.
they're not really remaking The Wire, but they're trying to bring it back, but it's going to be based off the police officers and what was going on.
Oh,
So
some stuff though.
I don't think there's something that I would want to be really remade. I feel like the originals need to stay just that. And if the
yeah,
sequel, and if
well,
the
that's what I would
sequel
want.
just
I
happened to
want them
be,
to bring back the original guys and have them all grown up and taking over the game,
yeah,
like the
like
original
if the
kids.
sequel just happens to be better than the original, then so be it. Like personally, I feel like I enjoy, like me personally, I enjoy um Beverly Hills Cop 2
Mm-hmm.
a little bit more than I enjoy the original. The
That was a
original
good.
one is a classic. It's
That's a
still
good part
good.
too, though.
But Beverly Hills Cop 2 was dope. Another sequel or series, I feel like that goes hand in hand. That has the longevity, close to the longevity as the Golden Hour, the 007 series, is the Fast and Furious series.
Oh yeah, but see, the only thing I think I like all of them, so don't get me wrong. But I think once it turned away from like actual racing and driving,
Exactly.
it wasn't. It didn't seem like it was no longer Fast and Furious. It was
The
something.
only one your drift. Bow Wow sucked. I'm sorry. I'm putting it out there. He sucked.
Who?
Bow Wow in Tokyo Drift.
Oh, I like Tokyo Drift though. I like that
Yeah,
one.
That
I
was a good
mean,
movie, but Bow Wow sucked. Chris said that the Craig films are more structured, while the other Bond films are singular adventures. Everything from Casino Royale to now has been one big arc.
You know
yeah,
what?
I hear what you're saying, but we're not talking about how the movies were structured. We talking about
overall.
like the lineage, the sequels, the series, and all of that. I get what you're saying, like that. You feeling like Chris? You feeling like that's more opinion based on which movie you like better, or which movies of the 007 series you like better. That's more so that. But
I'm gonna tell y'all something that y'all might not believe, but I've only seen one of those 007 movies.
I couldn't tell you which one I've seen.
I
So.
think it was GoldenEye. And the only reason I've seen it is because I used to play the hell out the GoldenEye game. So
who didn't?
I used to play the hell out of that. Another one. The ones that Tom Cruise play in.
Oh yes. No, Tom Cruise. I'm thinking of I don't know why I was thinking of what's his name from. I don't know why I was thinking of Keanu Reeves.
Oh, Keanu Reeves.
John Wick. I was thinking of
The
John
Matrix?
Wick. Huh? John Wick?
Oh, John
Oh, the
Wick.
Matrix too.
Them movies is long, man. I tried. It took me like 3 days to watch part 2.
Of what, the Matrix?
No, John Wick. It just seemed long. I don't
But he
know.
did it though.
The first one is gangster.
Oh, you talking about Mission Impossible?
Yeah, that's Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What about Ocean's 11 and all that?
Hey, yo, I like those.
I
like
do too.
those too. I haven't
They
seen
be
all of
killing it.
them, but
Yeah, they kill it.
Ocean's 8. Ocean's 8 was dope.
That's the one with the females?
Yeah.
Yes, they killed
ain't
that.
Rihanna in that one, right?
Yeah, Rihanna's in that one. What about the new Tom and Jerry? Have y'all seen that?
No, I was gonna try to watch that tonight.
Nah, I haven't seen it just yet.
I heard it was
they not talking. As long as they not talking, I'm cool. Because back when we was kids, they tried to make a movie to have them like speaking,
Right.
it was nothing like the cartoons that we were used to. Not
I
even
don't
the
know.
They
I
mess stuff
don't
up when they do
know.
that.
I don't know how I feel about cartoons merging with the real world. I feel like that's a
But you
little
know,
weird.
that's how Roger Rabbit was.
I
yeah.
know, but
Roger Rabbit was. I like that one.
that's how they presented it to us. It's not like how Tom and Jerry was presented as a cartoon and then merged into the real world. Roger Rabbit was presented to us that way, so that's different.
Oh yeah. I see what you're saying.
Iris said her kids liked it. Yeah, a lot of kids say they like it, so it must be pretty good.
But well, Space Jam is the same way.
I'm not a big LeBron fan. I'm gonna put that out there. Y'all can hate me. Y'all can not hate me. He's a good basketball player.
Man, you better have
I like him
some.
off the
Hey, look,
court.
listen. You better have some. You better have some.
I be playing Michael Jackson. I mean Michael Jordan.
You
But my
better
thing
have
is,
some
why would
reason
they
of
be in the
substance
Space
as to why you
Jam?
don't like LeBron James. You better have
You said
some.
what?
You better have some reason of substance as to why you don't like LeBron James.
She don't.
Like I said, he should not be playing Michael Jordan. He
Boy,
She
should not be
doesn't.
playing.
Nobody that dislikes LeBron James have a logical reason why they
it's
dislike LeBron James.
he was like, oh man, he makes too much money. Okay, you mad because he worked?
No,
You mad
that's
because
not.
he?
No, not
No,
that.
no, I'm just no, no, no.
It's
I'm
his
not saying
Yeah.
that.
hair.
I'm just saying those are reasons people have.
They don't like him because of his hair. That's what they'll say. Ah, look at
Yeah.
his hair. He got all that money and won't fix
Hairline.
his
How
hair.
dare that? How dare that man open up a school for kids?
I don't know. He's
What's
just not
up?
one of my like. Okay, let me rephrase it. I don't. It's not that I dislike him. He's just not one of my top players. And I just feel like, but it doesn't matter if it was LeBron. It could be anybody good in the NBA. No one should remake Space Jam. Like, leave it alone. We get it. They played against the Monstars. They won. What else can you do to Space Jam? What, the Monstars are gonna come back?
Yeah.
Well, no, I thought the
He's
Monstars
like,
stayed
yeah.
there with them.
Why?
Round
Like,
two.
one,
It's the playoffs,
two.
man.
They
Best
want
out of
the
7.
rematch. They want the rematch.
Best out of 7, man.
I
Like,
guess. I mean, look. It's cool to make sequels. It's cool to make sequels. But it's remakes. I'm not cool with, and
Nah.
you got to know when to fold it when.
Oh, we
When
forgot
you gotta
about
know
the
when to fold it.
Fridays.
So too many. You can't have so many like movies in the same especially if they're not building on each other.
yeah.
I like the Fridays.
Yes, but I feel like when movies have the same director with they keep it in, like you said, the same concept, they're good. Like Fridays, like Creed, they have the directors, every director is trying to remake a movie. Then you get all these stuff that come out crazy. But like Ice Cube stayed with the Fridays, so he knew his vision, he knew how to keep it funny,
Right.
And one guy stepped with the Creed. John Singleton, when he keeps with his movies, we know what we're gonna get.
Right.
But if someone try to touch a John Singleton movie, or someone try to touch like a Lee Daniels movie, then we're gonna be like, nah, why?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Oh, it doesn't need to be remade. Thank you, Iris. We on the same page. Don't
Hey,
touch Space Jam.
real quick. For those who's watching, man, appreciate y'all for watching. We need a huge favor, man. We need y'all to share to any Facebook group that you are in. Just share it to it. Then, if you tune in on a different platform, however you share on that one, just share it. That's how we get our interactions up. Appreciate everybody for commenting. That go a long way. It keeps us talking. It keeps the conversation flowing. So
Yeah,
appreciate that.
for real. And then go on YouTube and y'all see that subscribe right there? Go on YouTube and click that subscribe and click the bell too. So anything that we doing on YouTube, y'all will get the notification on.
Chris Diego said that Ice Cube brought up that Warner Brothers have been blocking him from making the Final Friday. Well, we don't need a Final Friday. We good with that.
Nah.
We good with that. But man, if you don't know, a lot of people might not know. But I am I don't want to say what I am or what I do, but I am another podcast where we talk about adult conversations. That's all I'm gonna say. And this is one of adult conversations that we're gonna talk about bringing a third party into the relationship. Shamal, I think her name's like Shamari Morris, something like that. I can think of her last name. She was on Atlanta Housewives, but she's married to one of the guys from New Edition, and they talked about how they had open relationship. She could be with any girl she wanted. He could be with any girl he wanted, as long as they knew about the girl. But that's it. She couldn't be with dudes, and then they cut it off. Then they cut it off after she got too greedy and wanted to keep being with girls too much, or whatever the situation was. But what are your thoughts on bringing another person? Is it healthy for the? I know y'all can talk because y'all married. Is it healthy for the relationship? Is it not? Do you feel like boundaries will get crossed? That's what happened with Marvin Thicke and his wife. That's why they broke up, because they brought a third person into the bedroom, but he kept seeing her behind her back, and then they had to break up.
Who did that?
Robin Thicke and Paula Patton.
Oh, that's what that was about?
Yes, they had it.
Oh.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I
guess they do.
to me. I didn't know that at all.
But he kept seeing the girl behind her back.
See,
So
I think it's pros and cons. So I think the pro will actually be, you spicing it up, being adventurous, spontaneous, and that kind of stuff. The con would be that, the person keeps going back behind their significant other's back. So I think that would be something you have to have a lot of trust, and that's a conversation that's not something that'll happen overnight, in my opinion. That's a conversation that happens for a few years, and then it's like, okay, you know what? Let's just give it a try. I've never known any chicks to actually bring it up. Like, hey, you think we can add another dude? Like, I don't know how I would feel about that.
Yeah, I don't it's not for it's not for everybody.
Definitely.
It's really not. And just like you said on D on trust,
Right.
There has to be a lot of security,
right,
in that as well. Because who's to say, okay, say, you and your wife or whatever bring in another female, right? Well, who's to say, like everybody looks at the man as like, oh well, yeah, like he'll be the one. What if your wife you find out your wife like that type shit?
Yeah,
what if you find out your tongue game ain't as strong as hers?
Right. Well, that's what happened with Shamari and the guy from New Edition. That's why they had to stop with the open relationship, because Shamari got into the girls too much. So, and plus they also say that women know their bodies better than men. So, but
which they should. I mean,
Brittany Perry says, better put some slap your mama or hot sauce on that relationship if you want to spice it up. I agree. And I'm very selfish. I don't like to share, so I'm not open to that at all. So.
Hey, and fellas, I would suggest that if you need to brush up on certain skills,
YouTube it.
Google, read a book, do something.
Just play around with your partner. Try new stuff.
Yeah, man. Like,
yeah.
Or not even just play around. Like have the conversation. Yo. Because you'd be surprised you'd be surprised what that fixes when you communicate that.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
But
like I ain't gonna lie. Like there was certain things that my wife had to tell me.
Right.
Like, yo, like I like when you do this, but I don't like when you do this. But when you do it, it's like, X, Y, and Z. So I like, yo, I got to take that into consideration.
Right.
And I don't, and felt, hey, and there's one thing I've always lived by ever since I heard it. Ever since I heard Cat Williams say it some years back. This is a one-man sport.
Right.
Fellas, hear me. It is you want to spice up. You want to spice up the relationship. You want to do all of that, and that ain't, you know what I'm saying, and you know your woman or y'all are just closed minded to it or whatever the case may be. Okay, that's fine. It is your obligation. It is your obligation that when y'all becoming in, every time y'all become intimate on that level, it is your duty to remind her why she fell in love with you.
Right.
Every time.
Right.
But I want to say, because I know earlier you mentioned you were saying how communication will fix a lot of stuff, which I agree. You also say talk it over what you want to like explore and stuff like that. But sometimes I want to say you men need to be comfortable with exploring stuff too, because a lot of you men do not like to be explore certain stuff.
That's
Like what?
what. No.
Sex toys.
Okay, let's wait before
But
we even go
no,
Did you
y'all
any
need
did you
to be
deeper.
cough and
open.
say sex toys?
Wait,
I did.
before we
Y'all
go
need to be
any
open to
deeper.
explore that
If
too. There's some
exploring,
out there for men. Y'all need to be open to explore that too. I
look,
wouldn't personally want that, but other
if
women might.
exploring involves anything penetrating me, we couldn't. That's out.
Yeah, we cutting all that
It's
bullshit off.
out of there.
We
That's
cutting
not
all that shit
exploring.
off.
That's something else.
Yeah, I don't want that either. Chris says, "Yeah, I'm a believer in having a relationship with you and the person you love. Chances are, if you bring in a third party, your marriage is hitting the skids."
I wouldn't necessarily say that.
Nah, I wouldn't say that either. That's why we said in the beginning, like it's all for if it works for y'all and y'all have that understanding. You feel what
Right.
I'm saying? Because to be honest with you, I don't think that's something new that needs to be introduced into a relationship if that wasn't already discussed before y'all got serious.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say that. I was just about to say that. Chances are you have that talk before marriage even happens. Usually, it's usually brought up. You
Yes,
know,
Mhm.
it's the whole closed mouths don't get fed. So you don't know what your partner is into until you actually ask. So when you get in a marriage and you try, like you in a marriage, and then like 10 years in, 12 years in, you like, hey, you know what? I thought about this, blah blah, and then let's try this. I don't. That's when I think it hurts you more than benefits you.
Mm-hmm.
I
Because
But
agree.
you
now
got to get it
you
out.
see somebody doing something better than what you was doing,
Right.
and then let her, and then I don't know any dude for real that is open. Like we're open to that if it's another chick, but most of us ain't open to that if she talking about, well, let's bring another dude in. Fuck all that.
Negative. That's why I
Like,
say. That's why I say it's that. Would you consider that a double standard?
yeah,
Right. Yeah.
and
But I think it's good double standards and bad double standards.
yeah,
That
yeah.
that's that double standard is if I don't know. It's I ain't gonna say I don't know. It's men out there that's into that.
Not the kid.
Right.
Mm-mm.
Never.
Never,
It's
never.
men that's in there that's into that, and it's also women that's into it. But like I say, and like you were saying, that conversation happens early in the relationship, especially when you getting serious. That's when that conversation happens. You don't get married and then be married for 30 years and then try to do it. It's not. It's not gonna work. It's not
Not
gonna work.
not 6 kids in later.
Right.
No.
Brittany Perry said, "Now once one spouse asks, another turns the idea down. Does that cause real feelings in the marriage?" Yes, it does. Like it does,
I don't
because you're
think
gonna be
so.
thinking maybe I'm not good enough. If they want a third person and you turn them down.
No, that ain't. No, I don't think so. Because, like you said, you never know. Like maybe I'll say. Remember? Okay. Remember how I just said? That's a conversation that probably should be had before they get together. Okay. Well,
Yeah,
what if on the other side of that, neither one, whichever one it is not comfortable expressing that. You feel what I'm saying? So
Right.
so they wait until they get to a point where they've been with this person long enough to where they feel comfortable relaying that.
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
And if they say no, they say no. You feel what I'm saying? Now, then you have a choice from there to say, okay, well, this ain't. I'll adjust, or this ain't gonna be for me.
Yeah.
But not everybody is just willing to just share information right off the bat like that, because even to this day, people that are in relationships that have one more than two people in it, willingly, not everybody is just willing to share that information, because that'd be looked at as like, oh, you nasty and all of that different kind of stuff. Man, we all grown. If it's for, like, if you into it, if that's something you were willing to explore or whatever, hey man, that's what worked for you and yours. But it ain't gonna be like that for everybody.
Yeah.
I don't feel like it's gonna cause any weird thing, and it's a question.
And if you want your relationship to be built off honesty, you got to acknowledge those questions.
Yeah, you have to,
because your partner is, in actuality, your partner is communicating to you something that they're not even 100% sure that they should be doing it. Like, they don't know how you're going to receive it.
Right.
Exactly.
So if they have the courage enough to give you this question, I think you should receive it without the attitude. Because once they go out on the limb with the courage question, and then you immediately hack it off, and then you're at them like this, that's gonna make them harder to come with you with any other question.
I agree.
So yeah, you gotta watch how you respond.
Right.
Like, you can say, nah, it's a difference between saying, nah, I ain't with that, and be like, oh, hell no, nigga, go get somebody else.
Right.
Hold on. We just having a conversation. I thought it was cool for me to come to you with it.
Right.
Exactly.
Okay, never mind.
So now you set off. Now when something else happened, you be like, but why didn't you just come to me? I tried to come with you with the other thing, and you went off.
I got that reaction, so I'm like, yeah, I'd rather not sit with that.
Right.
Exactly.
And that's how, believe it or not, that's how most men are. Most men are afraid to be vulnerable or something like that because of the black backlash of them saying something, approaching you with that something that's true to them. They feel a certain type of way about it, and they, believe it or not, they building up a courage, because that could have been on their mind for a while.
Right.
They built up the courage to ask you this question, and your response would dictate if he ever comes back to you again with another question like that of him exposing his vulnerability. Then now you don't got no communication in the relationship, because he feel like he can't talk to you. Then guess what happens? Another female comes along and she's willing to listen. She's even willing to consider the idea. Then that's when you start getting into the sticky situations. So if you communicate, you gotta accept all the communication. If your chick come to you and she says something like that, fellas, you gotta put your ego to the side and you gotta have that conversation. Just be like, hey, look, I understand that, but me personally as a man, I can't do that.
Yeah.
It's not in me. But if you go off on her, it's the same thing. It's gonna be a dude that's willing to listen, and women are emotional. So once he get on her side as far as emotions go, he in there.
Yeah, you pretty much fighting a battle that you ain't even really realizing that there is one.
Surprise attack.
Man, that's craziness. So I guess we came to the conclusion, bringing a third person into your relationship at your own risk.
Right.
Yep.
At your
Caution.
own risk.
Definitely.
Man, if you did not see that earlier, I posted the poll question for tonight, and I want to know your thoughts. What do you prefer better, virtual learning or in-person learning? Tell us your thoughts on that, especially those who have kids or you work with kids. Let us know your thoughts. What do you prefer, virtual learning or at school, in-person learning? Let us know. What are your thoughts on it?
They need to take their ass to school.
Yeah, I for virtual is, I believe, is helpful in a safety kind of way.
Right.
But I think the classroom setting is where they belong.
Yeah, especially elementary kids. You feel what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Because I don't like their brains are not nowhere near fully developed, or like certain just to
The focus.
yeah, their focus is not there to adapt to something like that for real. You
You
feel
at
what I'm saying?
home
And
and like it's too
not
many distractions.
it's too many. You feel what I'm saying? Like like my daughter, her little brother, if he sniffed that she in the house,
Yeah. Oh
he is
yeah.
banging on her door
Right.
in the
Yeah.
middle of class. You feel what I'm
Right.
saying? So it's just that's just a headache. You know what I'm saying to have, and then like one parent always got to be at the house
Mm-hmm.
with the kid. You can't just get
Monitoring.
up and go when when you need to go do what you need to do. It's too much.
See,
Now,
we just
like
had
D said, from a safety standpoint, yeah,
right.
but as a whole, yeah, they need to be in school.
See,
Unless you like in
we just
college
had
or
a
something like that, and you understand, you can prioritize your time and things like that. Then that's when we, some and maybe even high school students can probably do that. You know what I'm saying? But
right.
at the same time,
Nah, not all high school
not
students
all,
can do
not
it.
I
all,
think
not
yeah,
all.
it's
I have a
definitely a
niece that's in
maturity
high
thing.
school, and she lets us know that she just rolls over out of bed, log on Zoom, and doesn't even cut her camera on. And I'm just like, no, you need to be at school in person.
Right. Yeah, some kids ain't ready for that.
And
If
some
it,
kids need that extra help. Some kids need that
right,
one-on-one, in-person, hands-on learning.
right. I
And
believe that. I definitely
then
believe
some
that.
kids know how to finesse the game, especially since TikTok and Instagram is giving out all the secrets on how to find the answers to your test questions and how to make your essay longer and what to do. It's like,
See, this is my thing is with technology, the kids have it easier to cheat. It was kind
yeah,
of hard for us to like I couldn't send you a picture of my paper or something. Like I gotta meet up with you after school, in the gym.
exactly. Meet up
Hey man, say
there,
and
put
make
the
sure you
answers in
bring
a
my
water
paper
bottle
back.
somewhere, be all creative with it. Now you ain't
Right.
gonna do all that. And then I heard that the whole STAR test next year is gonna be completely online. So I'm just thinking in my head, all these TikTokers giving on how to find the answers online.
Right.
How you know the kids aren't gonna do that?
Yeah.
Man,
And I also feel like with online and the way it's set up, some parents don't understand it, so it's harder for parents to check kids' work. I met a kid who hasn't done any work since October. I don't know if the parent knows that. The kid didn't know that he was getting spelling words every month. Like,
Dang.
and he was
But
in
see
person.
that goes
That just made it worse because he was in person.
that
Now,
goes to
just
what
imagine if
Travis
he
was
was
saying.
virtual.
That goes to what Travis was saying. Like, well, if it's in person, that's different. But if I'm in virtual, the kids now got a hang of it to where they know they're on it every day. The parents are not. So once they
No,
start figuring out, oh, I can do this, and they won't know,
that
then that's when it
internalization.
happens. Because my kids just went through that this past week. The teacher wanted a conference, a talk or whatever, and coming to find out for the past month, my kids been turning in blank documents. But they telling us is they turning it in, and I'm working. My wife she's not working as far as teaching, but she's in school,
Yeah,
trying to get her master's. So she got her work. We got a newborn, you know. So they pretty much finesse the game. But I told them, I said, look, I said you can cheat in education, you can cheat, but it's gonna show. It's gonna show
yeah.
that you cheated. So especially y'all grade, y'all in the second grade. So it's gonna catch up to you when the progress reports come out. You're gonna be like, wow, I got a 38. Oh, I don't know. Why do you have a 38?
I feel like what would help too is if they. I understand teachers already have a lot going on with them with teaching kids in person and online, but I also feel like if they just did a quick video tutorial on how to access some of the main stuff that the kids have to access every day. That'd be
Right.
easier for the parents. Just, hey, this is how you access your kids' homework. This is how
Mm-hmm.
you access your kids' daily assignments. Just the easy stuff. These are some of the apps that we use every day at school. I find myself learning that stuff when I go into the classrooms from time to time, and I just happen to watch and pay attention. So I know when the kids come to the after school program and they're trying to say, "Oh, we can't find our spelling words." Oh, I know how to find your spelling words.
Right.
Well, I turned in my work. No, you didn't. You have to. Sometimes kids don't know. You have to double click to turn your work in.
Right.
But then also, they don't know that it shows how many attempts you did on your test.
Mm.
They try to hide that. Or like some
Yeah.
of
See,
my math
my wife,
programs they
my
use, they
wife is
try to
on
say,
that.
"Oh, I did 10 problems." No, the math program said you only did 2. They try to finesse, but when you pay attention to certain stuff, you get it. So if they just taught the parents basics knowledge, then I think it'd
Mhm.
be easier for parents to say, "Hey, I get it."
We kind of got an advantage because our kids, they go to they go to the same school as my wife, so they're using the same format.
Yeah,
As far as turning their work in and stuff. Only issue that we got is when it's time for them to get out of school. Me as a bus driver, I'm I'm going already because I'm getting ready to go pick up kids from school.
yeah,
And then, like I say, my wife she's doing work too, her college work, and that's a whole thing in itself. And we got a newborn, so we try to check their stuff, but we can't get to it all the time. So we try to use the what is it called? The honest, what is it called? The honest code or something like
yeah. The
that.
iron system,
Oh,
yeah,
Right, right. So we just want you, like I told him, man. If you lie, we're going to find out.
exactly.
Right. So that I prefer them to be in class.
Mm.
I really do prefer that. I think that's more effective. The virtual learning was cool at first. Now it's getting kind of crazy. Now 'cause you got kids
Yeah,
getting added to it. Now you can't get your one-on-ones, tutoring, and all that kind of stuff. So
and I think since I worked after school program, I feel for the parents like who have busy schedules and want to help their kids, but they can't because it's life. I feel that that's why we try to help as much as we can. We do 30 minutes of education with the kids. We try to, help them with their homework if they have homework for the busy parents.
right,
Then you have a few parents you can tell I'm busy and just ain't working with the kids. But the ones that are busy and trying their best, like we see you. We see y'all out there, parents. We're being patient with you guys. But also parents gotta be patient with the teachers too, because this is new for teachers. Like it's
right,
hard for teachers to be like, hey, let me look at D and make sure he's doing his work online while looking at Johnny over there throwing pencils.
right. Travis,
And
what
then
what grade your kid is in?
and my daughter, she 10, so she's in the 4th grade right now.
Okay, for
She's
my
going to
kids
the
is in the
going
second.
to the 5th next year.
Okay, okay. Well, she almost middle school.
Yeah, man, come on, man. Like,
My bad.
he's like, I'm not trying to hear that. Middle
My
school.
bad, man. I just look. My bad. I said that. I just don't want you to do that to me. I didn't mean to do that.
Yeah. But what I can applaud these schools for doing is trying to make virtual learning kind of fun. I know at my school I work at, they just did a virtual Valentine's dance.
Okay.
So I felt like that was dope. Kids can stay home and dance to music and see their friends online. You have to try to make it
Right.
fun. But
Our kids just had a virtual field trip. So
I heard those are fun. I heard those
that
are
was
fun.
yeah, that was different. So
Shout out to Victoria Smith for tuning in. She said, "We don't feel that our children will learn how to talk to others and deal with stressful situations that they aren't able to be among others." That's true too. Kids do need to talk to each other.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, they definitely do. And
And
I
I feel like
think
this
that,
is harder for the little ones.
yeah,
Pre-K.
yeah, nah, especially because that's kids in general like that. All their friends are at school. You know what I'm saying? And not every kid has a cell phone either, or
all right.
lives by their friend. So
Exactly.
it's you gotta because I remember my daughter. She came to us and she said, I'm ready to go back because she did it for the first 9 weeks, and she was like, what? And we told her, well, you're not gonna really be able to have the same interaction with everybody. She was like, at least I'll get to see them.
Yeah.
And when she said it like that, I was like, damn, I ain't even think about it like that. You feel what I'm
Right.
saying? Like,
I
so
feel like second grade and up might understand what's going on, but pre-K and kinder, they don't understand that they can't see their friends. They don't understand that I can't hug my friends, I can't hug the teachers, I can't give them a high five. They don't understand that, oh, I need to keep this mask on all day. You know, it's a learning curve for them.
mm-hmm.
True, it's like that on the bus. Like every morning on this route that I was doing, the kid would get on and he'll say, "Hey, how you doing this morning, sir?" And he'll put his fist out, and I'm like, "Bro, I can't
You
fist
can
bump you.
fist bump the kid.
I will do fist
I
bump.
ain't fist
Then
bumping
we do the hand
nobody's
sanitizer
kid."
afterwards.
If I had, so we can put gloves on. I can drive with gloves on, but it's just I can't the feel of the steering wheel. I need that feeling. So I don't have. But if I had gloves on, I can fist bump them. But they
Okay,
don't
well
want
then
us
give them an
to.
elbow or something. Don't leave these kids hanging like that,
I
man.
know, do the
Man,
elbow.
hey, look, it is what it is.
He said he ain't taking no chance.
Look,
No.
I just told him like I can't. They, I'm not gonna say I can't. They just it's right now it's just frowned upon. So it's not.
Yeah.
I can still do it, but then, I'm gonna have to take those extra steps. I gotta sanitize my hand. Boom. Hey man, make sure you sanitize your hand. You came on here with your brother. Make sure your brother's. It's gonna be a
Yeah.
whole another system going, and
I
I'm
want
just
to
like, just get
know.
on the bus, man. We can.
I want to know since this
I'll word
pandemic.
bump you.
I want to know since this pandemic has been going on. I know y'all have kids. If I want to ask you too, have y'all sat and talked to the kids about like what's really going on with the
Oh
pandemic
yeah,
and the mask? And have y'all talked to them about the lifting of the mask next week and how they still
right.
have to wear their mask?
Oh
What
no
do your
no no.
kids? What do your
Oh, we
kids think
did.
about the whole pandemic in general?
Yeah.
Do,
You go ahead, Travis.
Yeah. We definitely told him that. I'm not. I said what I had to say about dude last week. I'm not even gonna go into insulting the man.
no, we'll have to go.
I'm just
What do
gonna
your thoughts
say,
on the
like,
pandemic in
I'm
general?
I'm just saying we did explain to her what what it is right now. And the thing about it is too, like the school systems, not the school systems, but
The government,
like the districts,
yeah, they
they
still wear masks.
they're like, yeah, we wearing masks for the remainder of the school year. So I mean,
Yeah,
at the same time, I think that's going to be another headache on teachers because you got to make sure that's one more thing you got to make sure that they're abiding by.
I don't know. I'm not gonna say that's a stress for the teachers because I seen it. I'm not gonna call no names, but I've seen a lot of teachers who don't even care the kids have masks on. I've seen teachers go into their classroom and I get it. They just take their mask off, and I'm just like, I understand it's hard to breathe sometimes in the mask, but you have to protect yourself. You have to protect the kids. And some of these teachers is the same teachers who either caught it or had to be quarantined because they're around someone who have it. And I'm like,
Right.
you don't take that as a warning? They just
Right.
don't.
Our policy is going to stay the same. In order to get on the bus, you got to have your mask on. So, only thing that's going to suck is that it's parents out here that don't really care for the mask, and you can tell because every morning that your kid have a mask on before they get on the bus. Why would you send your kid to the bus without a mask? You know what I'm saying? So now it's gonna be lifted. So they like, well, we ain't gotta wear no mask. Just go. But
Exactly.
we still have our policies. So now we're gonna be the ones out in the field having to argue and debate with parents. And hopefully they sent out like letters and emails and that kind of stuff to give the parents
Exactly.
a heads up. Like, hey, we understand this is happening, but at the same time, we still focus on the safety of our employees and your kids and other kids. So we want them to still wear masks.
Yeah,
I've
it's
had a
all about
parent
it's discipline. It's all about discipline.
exactly.
Right.
I've had a parent tell me, "Oh, I don't make her wear a mask when we go out anywhere, so I don't feel like she should."
Yeah, those parents are stupid.
Chris said, "Here in Oregon, schools are reopening in April."
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Shout
it's
out to Oregon, all the way from Oregon.
Is not wearing a mask done for personal reasons or politics? Because masks are for the protection of others, not ourselves.
Right, right. I think
It's political.
people.
It's
I think
political.
people. If I got a mask on and you don't have a mask on, I don't necessarily get mad because I got my mask on. But if you don't have a mask on and you're coughing and sneezing and going on, I might have to fight you because now you like it's like you it's like you shooting at me, but you shooting at the ground.
Yeah.
So I just prefer. I'm just me and my family already talked. We still gonna wear our masks. We don't feel like it's safe right now. Still,
Yeah.
we gonna still, and then we want to keep doing what we doing because I know that this is kind of an experiment. We're gonna see if the numbers pick back up when I lift everything and go
Pick back up.
100%.
Texas is still number 2 on the top on the COVID list. Only about 5% of the people have been vaccinated. Ain't not. What I mean go up? We all going up. We still going up now. And it's going. We going. I don't know. That's another
They only
topic.
pay attention to certain numbers, and yeah, we. I don't know if we have, but we do need to talk about. We might need to get somebody in on the podcast to talk about the vaccines
I agree with that.
For sure.
We need to get a doctor or somebody, and maybe we can get someone from the
or a
education
nurse.
field.
We
If
can
you're
get
a
a
teacher
nurse.
out there and you want to talk about what's going on in the schools, you can definitely come on and we'll be happy to talk about that. I am DJ Baby Blue Diamond. We have Mr. D live at 5, Travis, aka T1 in the building. You know, this is Where You Ask podcast. We are live every Saturday, 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Time. And then we have the Where You Ask Wednesdays. Same time, 8 p.m. Central Time, 9 p.m. Eastern Time on Wednesdays, where we talk about anything funny, crazy, ratchet. You know, we all need to laugh, especially during this pandemic time. We just need to have a little laugh once in a while. But we will catch you next time. Catch us on Wednesday. If you have
Yeah,
any topics you want to talk about, any questions or anything you see funny that you feel like we should talk about, message us. Message us on Facebook, Instagram, or Twitter, where you ask podcast. We definitely will respond. And then you can catch us on Spotify
got a
every
shout out.
Monday, 8 a.m. Make sure you follow us on Facebook. Make sure you like us on Facebook and subscribe to our YouTube page. Peace.
I got a shout out. I got a shout
Go
out.
ahead.
Let me get a shout out in. So shout out to Kendrick, aka Certified, for the show the other night. Shout out to Blue for DJing, playing the old school slow jams, man. Taking
Man, that's
people all the way
so
back to
man.
Copernicus.
Man, I'm so mad. I have my schedules like
It's all
Right.
good,
Yeah,
but
we
messed
know.
up.
next time, Travis, get a babysitter. You and your wife go out there. I'm definitely y'all gonna make a baby after that show.
No, we're not. So okay,
Oh,
so
y'all
now
gonna get it
so
on. Y'all gonna get it
Oh,
on
and
after that show. It was one of those grown and sexy nights. That's what I liked
right,
about it. It wasn't like your
right,
typical ladies' night where the ladies out there being loud and the men are trying to like get to the ladies
right.
and grab on them. It was more like this, grown
It
and
was chill.
sexy.
It
It
was
was
chill.
chill. I played the old school '90s. We had some couples there.
Right.
They danced. They had fun. It was more. It wasn't like the youngin. It was grown and sexy. That's what I liked about it.
okay.
And
And hopefully,
it
KG,
was
if you out there listening, hopefully you went home with the lady with the sex toys. I hope you did.
yeah,
I'm sorry, but I hope
yeah. It was a lady
you
out there
did.
that was selling,
Adult
toys and
toys
stuff. So
and stuff like that. But
yeah,
she
we
had
might
more
have
than
her
just
come on. Matter
toys.
of fact,
She had
Travis.
candy. She had games. She had Oreos. It was more
Right.
than just the toys.
And the
So
other
Are
stuff.
the oils edible?
I
I
think
don't know. I
everything
didn't really go
was.
look at it. I don't
I
know.
think
I didn't
all
go.
the. I
I
think
didn't
it
go
You know
over
was.
what? Never
there to
mind.
look
I'm
at
saying
it.
too
She
much. Don't worry
was
about
kind of like I don't know. I
Yeah,
didn't go over
save
there.
it for the group.
it. Yeah,
We'll
yeah.
talk
We'll
about
talk
that.
offline
Yeah.
about that. Never mind. Hey, hey y'all forget I said that.
Well,
Forget I said
we'll
that.
see you on Wednesday for Where You Ask Wednesday.